Hello everyone, welcome back to the main topic. My name is Vianney Verdon Maldonado and I am your host. Today we will be talking about Wallace State's theater with Josiah Johnson. Hi Josiah.
Hi.
So give me a little bit of a biography about yourself.
Well, I am a 17-year-old student here at Wallace. I'm doing the fast track program here, which lets me come from my home high school, Cold Springs High School, to Wallace State to be able to take classes here at an accelerated rate, to where I should hopefully be graduating with both my diploma and my general studies associate's degree next year.
Nice. So after you graduate here, do you have any plans? Or is that too soon to think about?
My original plan was to transfer to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Oh, wow.
To pursue a environmental studies degree. But now I'm looking into just transferring to Auburn and going into the agriculture program.
Me too. I'm not going to the agriculture, but I'm going to Auburn. Hello.
Maybe I'll know someone down there then.
Yeah. Could you tell me a little bit of how you decided to come to Wallace State?
Cold Springs High School, it's a 2A high school. There is less than 100 people in my graduating class, maybe 400 people within the entire high school.
Right.
So there are no AP classes. They do offer dual enrollment classes through Wallace, but even those, it's only English and math. So if you're looking for higher level options, you don't have many routes available to you. And personally, I've always found school pretty easy. Like, never really had to study in high school.
Okay.
Really had to study in middle school.
No, I get it.
So I was bored, frankly. And this way was a way to both get ahead on my degree, get ahead of the general pack in whatever field I want to go into. And it also just lets me meet new people.
Right.
I've been going to Cold Springs since kindergarten, so I know everyone in my grade. Up until high school, I could probably name you every single person in my grade.
That's how I was in high school. But
It got a bit different in high school because of all the different classes and everything. I lost track.
you have we don't have class in 7th period, but we see each other again, 8th period. So it's a little break from it. I get it. My high school was really small too.
But because of this, I just wanted out. I wanted a new environment. I wanted a more challenging environment, which I've been provided here at Wallace, and it's been really exciting.
So how did you hear about the theater?
I saw the flyers for the Tempest the musical last semester, except I was busy with marching band, so I wasn't able to join then.
Oh, okay.
So whenever they announced that they were doing a Percy Jackson musical this semester, I just knew I had to join.
How was your experience being part of the production?
Very welcoming. Everyone there was very welcoming, very eager to have new faces.
Yeah.
Very nice to work with. Didn't have any trouble with anyone. It was just overall a very fun experience. It really felt like we were all working together towards this.
Yeah.
Felt very united.
Nice. Did you try out for a role?
I was intending to, but then once I realized that all the main roles had big singing parts, I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know it was a musical. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So are the productions mostly musicals, or do they have just speaking part type plays?
Most of the time, or as far as I'm aware, the spring production is always a musical. But I do know that most of the time, the fall production is usually speaking orientated.
Right.
This past fall was a bit of an exception with The Tempest the musical. So it's really dependent on the year as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. So what was your part in this production?
My part was mostly ensemble. I was mostly one of the background characters, but I did have a couple of speaking parts within it. I played, within the script, it is labeled as Bianca's brother. But
Nico.
If you know anything about the Percy Jackson books, you will know that Bianca's brother is Nico. So
Love that.
from henceforth, just going to refer to it as Nico.
Yeah.
But I was Nico in the play. I had all of one line as Nico. And then I was also Mozart in the underworld scene.
Oh, okay. So how did rehearsals work?
Rehearsals for this production, we had a rehearsal Monday through Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Lasting at the beginning of the production, they started 2:30 and usually we're done by 4:30. But by the time Tech Week, the week that of the production rolled around, I think we were rehearsing from 2:30 to the week before Tech Week we were rehearsing 2:30 to 6, and the week of Tech Week we got there.
It seems like a lot.
3:30 to whenever we got done, usually after 10.
How did you like performing? Was it like being there with the whole thing? Is that nice?
It was.
I really liked it. I went to see you on Sunday.
Glad.
Yeah.
I found it lots of fun. A bit nerve-wracking because this was the very first production I've ever been in. But luckily, experience with marching band and everything has me at least used to being in front of people.
From what I know, you played 2 roles that you mentioned. So is there anything like challenging from playing 2 roles?
Luckily for me, I only had 2 very minor speaking roles with only a line each. The biggest challenge was getting changed in between them.
Right.
Because for one of the costumes, I was just in a black shirt and black pants. But for the other one, I was in a jacket and wig as well. So that was a bit... That was a bit of an annoyance to get changed very quickly. Luckily, I had an entire song. I do know some people had major roles along with side roles. Like one of my friends in the show, her name is Emma Sue. She played Clarice in the first act, but she also had a couple of appearances in the second act where she just came in as a random side character to push a cart or grab a box. And most of the time, if anyone had a major speaking role, they only ever had that speaking role. Or if it was a speaking role that was only in the first act, then they would be able to do a couple side roles in the second.
Okay.
But,
do you know how the like picking roles works? Like you have to try out, I assume, right?
We went to auditions in January, and for anyone who wanted a big singing role or a major role, they had to both read off some lines and sing. The singing was in private, luckily. But the speaking roles the speaking parts were with everyone.
So does the sponsor choose who gets the role and stuff like that?
Yes, Miss Angela Green was the stage director for this performance, and she chose all the roles and made the final decision on the auditions.
Nice. You've mentioned on stage, like, roles for students. Do you know of any like backstage roles that students take?
Well, I know a couple of students took on big lighting roles. Their names are, I don't know their last names, but Ezra and Ace. They're both in the Wallace Jazz Band. I know that they both took on lighting roles for the production. All the actors helped with getting their own makeup on and own costuming roles. Right. So that wasn't really a big deal within the backstage, and we have someone that does sound, and I think Miss Green actually helped work like the light programs.
So what about the set, the building of the set?
I know that we did have someone deliver all the parts for the scaffolding and everything, but lots of the students here helped build the set.
For any student that's interested in becoming like part of the acting and or the backstage, how would they get involved?
I would say that they should go get in contact with the theater director, Miss Angela Green. I know that her email is angela.green@wallacestate.edu, and that she also has a office on the second floor of the Borough Center.
Right. Thank you. Do you know if there's any scholarship money for people that want to be in theater?
I do know that there are scholarship opportunities for people to get into theater. As far as I'm aware, this process is the same for all fine and performing arts.
Okay. So what skills have you learned in theater that you think might help you in the real world?
I learned good communication skills, good working with other people, being able to navigate stressful situations, being able to navigate in high traffic areas, in fact, with backstage, right. And general, working with others.
Right. Like teamwork.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what's your favorite memory from this past production?
Well, after the second day of performance, the Saturday production, we all went out to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. Multiple people within the cast. It was the majority of the cast, if I remember correctly. Not everyone could make it, but I had a lot of fun eating there and being able to interact with everyone.
Right. Just a bonding experience. It's cute. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you once more to our guest, Josiah Johnson. The Main Topic is hosted by me, Vianney Verdon Maldonado. Script editing is done by Eleanor Slesser. Audio and video editing is done by Emily Delgado Duarte. Outreach management and graphic design is done by Gracie Moody. And all of this is possible through our Wallace State marketing team. If you're interested in listening to more of The Main Topic, check out our Spotify and YouTube.